Hey, welcome. So, have you ever looked at all your project data and felt like you're trying to conduct an orchestra where every musician has completely different sheet music? It's a mess, right? You've got schedules over here, 3D models over there, and cost reports, well, who knows where they are. In this explainer, we are going to show you exactly how to become the maestro of all that chaos by mastering Skill S3. And if you're a Level 6 Project Controls apprentice, this one is absolutely for you.
So, you ready to go on a little journey? We're going to follow our hero, Jody, who's an apprentice just like you. We'll see how she goes from being totally confused by Skill S3 to absolutely mastering it. We're breaking down her whole story, from start to finish. So you might want to grab a pen, because you're going to be next.
Okay, let's set the scene. Meet Jody. She's a Level 6 Project Controls apprentice over at IBA Stores, and she is brilliant, super eager, really wants to learn. She's crushing her placement, but she has no idea that a pretty big challenge is lurking just around the corner. And honestly, it sounds more like a secret code than a job skill.
So Jody's in her one-to-one, and her manager Rital just drops it on her. Okay, Jody, your next big objective is to master Skill S3. And you can just see Jody's mind start racing. S3? Application and integration of software? It sounds like a totally different language. How in the world is she supposed to master something she can't even really define?
Okay, let's break it down. Think of S3 like being a master chef, right? You're not inventing brand new ingredients from scratch, you're taking all the best ones you've got, these powerful tools like building information modeling, or BIM, and you're combining them to create a masterpiece. And in this case, that masterpiece is a project that runs like a perfectly oiled machine. The key thing to remember, it's not about coding, it's about connecting.
Just when Jody's about to drown in a sea of technical manuals, her mentor, Adam, shows up. He's this wise, experienced guide who's seen it all before. He's seen tons of apprentices tackle this exact thing, and he's about to show Jody why S3 isn't just a box to tick. It's a skill that's going to completely change her career.
Now Adam's smart. He doesn't just start lecturing. Instead, he throws out a question. He asks her, Jody, let's get real. Why should you, as a project controller, even care about making all these different software programs talk to each other? And that one simple question, well, it's about to change everything for her. So Adam starts laying out the tools of the trade, and he says, Jody, imagine a world where your 3D model from BIM, which is way more than just a pretty picture, it's a whole database, automatically updates your schedule in Primavera, and then both of those things feed a live dashboard in Power BI. That is the magic of S3. It's about creating this beautiful symphony of efficiency, where every single tool is playing its part in perfect harmony.
And there it is. That's the big why. Because without that single source of truth, you get total chaos. You get expensive rework because the design team was looking at an old plan. You blow past deadlines because the schedule wasn't updated with what's actually happening on site. S3 means you can wave goodbye to spreadsheet wars and endless data arguments. You create one version of reality that everyone, from the finance team to the crew in the field, can actually trust. And that means fewer mistakes, less wasted time, and a lot more successful projects. So now Jody gets it. She understands the mission. And that's when Adam unveils the master plan. See, it's not some vague, fuzzy goal. It's a crystal clear, 5-step roadmap that will take her from being a total beginner to someone who can actually lead the charge on this stuff.
Now, take a really good look at this path. It's designed to break a huge goal down into small, manageable chunks. So be honest, where are you on this journey right now? Are you at step 1, just trying to wrap your head around what it all means? Or maybe you're at step 3, getting ready to really connect the dots. Just knowing where you are is the first, most important step to figuring out what to do next.
All right, so Jody's feeling great. Her confidence is through the roof. She's got the why, she's got the how. But just when she thinks she's got it all figured out, a new character enters the story, her coach, Olivia. And Olivia is the undisputed queen of evidence. She's here with a super important reminder. It's not enough to be a master of S3. For your apprenticeship, you have got to prove it. Olivia's advice here is pure gold. She says, listen, if it's not documented in your portfolio, it basically didn't happen. All those amazing dashboards you built, all those streamlined reports, they mean nothing to an assessor unless you've documented them perfectly in your system, like Aptum. So yeah, get ready to start saving everything.
So, let's talk about that evidence toolkit. What have you got? Are you taking screenshots of your BIM model talking to your schedule? Do you have live Power BI dashboards that are just beautiful? What about reports that clearly show data flowing from multiple systems? If the answer is no, it's time to start building that collection. Seriously, think of yourself as a collector, but instead of stamps, you're collecting proof of your own brilliance.
Okay, think of it like you're a detective presenting your case to a jury. You wouldn't just hold up a tool and say, "Here it is," right? No, you'd explain exactly how that tool was used to solve the crime. It's the exact same thing here. An assessor doesn't just want to see a screenshot of you using Primavera. They want to see the report that proves Primavera is talking to BIM, and they want you to explain in plain English how that saved the project 50 hours. It's all about the connection and the impact.
And here we are, the final showdown. Jody has practiced her skills, she's gathered her evidence, she is ready for the ultimate challenge, the endpoint assessment, the EPA. And with her mentor Adam and her coach Olivia in her corner, she walks into that assessment feeling like she can't be stopped.
So the assessor starts with a classic S3 question. Now, this isn't a trick question, it's an open door, an invitation for Jody to walk right through and show them what she knows. This is her moment. And because she's prepared, she is more than ready.
I want you to look at this because this is the formula for a perfect EPA answer. It's a simple 1, 2, 3 punch. First, you make a clear point, like you see in that first column. It provides real-time updates. Simple. Second, you explain what you mean, just like in that explanation column. But here's the knockout blow, the third punch. You pivot to your evidence. You say the magic words. For example, in my portfolio, you will see, and then you describe that specific piece of evidence, like in the third column. So think about it. How would you answer? What's your killer point? And what's the piece of evidence you'll use to back it up?
And there you have it. Our hero, Jody, has conquered the S3 mountain. She's no longer that apprentice who was intimidated by all the jargon. She is a confident professional who can not only do the work, but can explain exactly why it's so valuable. She's a true project controls champion, and she is ready for whatever comes next. Look, Jody's story is proof that anybody can master S3. That huge, scary-sounding standard, it's really just a series of small, achievable steps. So my question to you is, what are you waiting for? Look at that 5-step path again and just pick one thing, one small action you can take this week to move forward. Take that first step, and who knows, before you know it, you'll be the one standing at the top of the mountain.